before the horizon bleeds into the night. The wind whispers secrets in a ghost town tight. Whiskey bottles clink in the grip of the forgotten dust. Storms dance with the memories of the rotten under moon's pale watch and a coyote's remote joke. Lies a silent grave wrapped deep in veils of smoke. Here stands a man with vengeance cold in his stare, echoes of a church bell dying in the arid air. This cursed land holds tales of a love that broke. Silent grave, silent grave and smoke. Train whistle moans through haunted plains, over tracks soaked with old dark stains. He loved her while her betrayal cut deep, left him a shadow where lost spirits weep. Burn their church where they once vowed. Now he walks a path by revenge avowed. Here stands a cold in his stare, echoes of a church bell dying in the arid air. This cursed land holds tales of a love that broke. Silent grave, silent grave and smoke. Forgiveness, a burden he couldn't afford. His heart or tomb, each beat a discord. Here lies a man with sorrows old and grave, under stars that whisper to the brave. A life spent chasing what the dark winds wore. Silent grave, silent love, eternal smoke.
In the heart of a dusty valley wide, where the shadows play tricks by the moonlight's side, I ride past whispers of a cursed land's breath, through ghost towns and secrets like dancing with death. Every step stirs the stories the old winds tell of a gunslinger's glory and the night he fell. Oh, I'm riding through the gunslinger under stars that mourn in cold ember. In his silence I find my own, chasing echoes of blood and bone. Whiskey's warmth guides my resolve as I seek what only time can absolve. The tale winds back to a love so bold, in a town too young to be so old. She was a light in a place run wild. He was a man whose heart she beguiled. But betrayal came with a storm, swift gust left him for dead in the desert dust. Yes, I'm riding through the gunslinger, each mile dressed in dusk's dark gunshots and preachers pray lies a truth that I've hunted since he went astray. Face to face with the ghost in the fading light, my heart's mirror shattered by the forsaken night. Revelations fire in this lonely fight, echoes of him and me, riding through the night. Now I'm riding through the gunslinger with a spirit free and a heart somber. In his story my demons lay bare, crossing deserts of endless despair. Whiskey whispers of what must be done as I accept the man I've become. And the haunting fear, the gunslinger's path, both far and near. In the cold heart of a land wild and vast, I find peace in the shadows that we cast. Out where the hollow winds whisper sins, past the chapel where the fire took the saints, there's a trail lit by the ghost of a lantern's glow, where whiskey bottles mark a path only curse know. Each step a memory, each shadow a tale of woe, where the lantern path awaits to do the bones of fate. Under the moon's cold watch lies a story unspoke, the cries of the night, they know my name. Lost love's echo and the winds that never wane. Dust remembers a stride of forsaken boots, through silent towns with boarded saloons. There's a flame that burns in a lover's scorn, and a man with a heart from which all warmth has shorn. Promises like tumbleweeds gone as soon as they're sworn, where the lantern path awaits with silent gates, past forgotten graves where the love once bloomed. Here lies the dust of dreams decayed on cursed lands where we once prayed. In the valley of shadows I met my fears, face to face with the years and the salt of my tears. A showdown with the ghost in my mind, where the past and present are cruelly entwined. I reach for my gun as the night resigned, where the lantern path waits I settle my scores with the ghosts of my love and the wars of my remorse. The stars witness my sins in this desolate expanse. I walk alone, gave the devil his dance. On the lantern path, there's nothing left but to advance.
Out where the train whistles cut the silence, the ghost town dances with its cursed alliance. Whiskey bottles lay in dust-strewn defiance by the old barn where shadows preach compliance. Spend my love by the burning barn's light, waltz through the flames into the cold night. The fire reflects in your trader's sight. Ashes to ashes, we waltz past midnight. Long ago, under a blood moon's crest, you swore to me near the church laid to rest. But your heart was a bullet in the chamber unrest, and my trust was the sacrifice, a cursed guest. So spend my love by the burning barn's light, waltz through the flames into the bitter night. Revenge sings a ballad, old wrongs to right. Ashes to ashes in the dim moonlight. In the smoke I see your face, spectral illusion, a waltz of love twisted into disillusion. Through the cinders I reach my conclusion. This dance of flame, our final reunion. So spin my love, let the fire consume. The barn burns away our wretched gloom. From embers to dust our fate resumes. Ashes to ashes, love's final tomb. And as the day breaks and the fire wanes, silent deserts hold all my remains. Forgotten graves under the morning's rains. The lone whistle fades, only the silence remains.
Out where the whispers start and daylight parts, under a blood-red sky the raven cries. Ghost town echoes fill the cursed lands. Only sinners survive where the dust takes stand. No mercy in the shadows, no tears left to weep. Haunted by the promises that we couldn't keep. Each step echoes a tale of loss and dread in silent deserts where even angels fear to tread. Once rode with a brother, side by side in the fray. Betrayal came whispered, one dust turned to gray. Burning church in the valley where our fates were tossed. He sold me for silver and all was lost. No mercy in the shadows, whiskey soothes the pain. The past a burning ember that won't cool with the rain. A lone train whistles mourning through the night. Forgotten graves whispering of the forsaken crescent moon's light. I faced him at last where the old oak stood tight. Words were like gunfire, ice cold and hard. 2 bullets found their home in that dusty graveyard. No mercy in the shadows, the deed finally done. Silence now my partner, neath the setting sun. Revenge or salvation, the line's worn thin, riding toward the horizon. Sin meets the wind. Out where the dead man's creek whispers low, under the shadow of the buzzard's flight, the winds carry tales of a gunslinger's woe through ghost towns bathed in the moon's pale light. His spurs, they jingle like a lonely hymn, past chapel ruins where the faithful pray. Cursed sand beneath where hope grows dim, the echoes of his last ride softly invade. Whiskey bottles and forgotten graves, dust storms rage where the heart misbehaves. Echoes haunt the silent desert's cry, a lone rider's tale neath the endless sky. Once loved a girl with fire in her eyes, in a town too worn to even recall its name. The trail burned under those arid skies, her love a memory flickering like a flame. He rode for vengeance through lands God-forsaken, chasing shadows only danced in his head. Each mile a marker of a love taken on a path that led to the dead. Not the wed, whiskey bottles and forgotten graves, dust storms rage where the heart misbehaves. Echoes haunt the silent desert's cry, the lone rider's tale neath the endless sky. In the mirror of the night, a soul laid bare, train whistle moans a tune of despair. A face not his own in the dying light, the realization strikes, cold as a desert night. No more whiskey, pour it on the graves. Silence now as the dust storm behaves. Echoes fade in the vast desert sigh. Last ride's over this gunslinger's night. Each drum of a guitar, each rasping note song paints a haunting picture of a lifespan under the vast starlit skies of a lawless land, where each shadow might be an old foe, and every gust of wind carries the whispers of the past.
In a ghost town silence,
under a blood moon's rain. Whiskey bottles clinking like chimes of the pain. The echoes of the midnight train crossing cursed lands. Tracks leading nowhere, just God's forsaken sands. Blood on a midnight train, red as the devil's own. Hearts bound by vengeance under a sky overthrown. The wind howls secrets, past sins it can't contain. Ghosts whisper justice on a midnight train. Years back, young love was buried in these silent deserts dry. A locket of golden memories under a thorn sky. Betrayed by a brother for the greed of fleeting gain. Left me with a burning heart and church bells that wail in vain. Blood on the midnight train, staying in the rotten night. A tale of lost lovers and a wrong that needs a right. Dust storms can't cover the tracks, nor the everlasting pain. Echoes of the betrayed screaming on the midnight train. On a lonesome silver line, the truth rides fast and grim. My hand on steel, my soul to purge the sin. Tonight forgiveness sleeps while the restless seek their due. The final whistle blows for me and you. There's blood on the midnight train. Justice finds its track in the land of the forgotten. There's no turning back. Shadows lift their veils as final truths pertain. Revenge or redemption calls from the midnight train. Each chord a story, each note a desolate wail, eternally bound to the whistle of that midnight rail. In a town where the wind whispers secrets of old, beneath the shadow of mountains bold and cold, stood a church half in ruins under skies forever gray, where the bride in black, they say, was wed that fateful day. Whiskey bottles lay empty by tombstones worn and cracked, each sip a silent prayer for love that won't come back. Oh, beneath the bride in black lies a tale too dark to tell, in the heart of a ghost town where lost spirits dwell. Her veil a curtain to the past, her eyes a stormy sea. Beneath the bride in black lies the death of you and me. The groom was a gambler with debts too steep to
roads through silent desert nights, carrying souls away from their unwinnable fights. She waits in that chapel where once vows were proudly said, among the echoes of the promises and the whisper of the dead. Oh, beneath the bright in black, secrets are kept in the sand, in the heart of cursed lands by a forsaken band. Her tears, they burn like whiskey, her sorrow never free. Beneath the bright in black lies the curse of you and me. Sky in the ashes, I heard her last goodbye. Revenge or love, the line's too thin to see. In her eyes, a storm raged back at me. Beneath the bright in black, I found my broken creed in the ruins of love, where my heart bleeds for every whisper in the dust, for every silent plea. Beneath the bright and black, I lost the best of me. Beneath the bright and black, forever we shall be.
Out where the wind moans through the ghostly plains, whiskey bottles lay, bearing forgotten names. Underneath that old gallows tree, a secret's kept in shade. Whispers bout a cursed land where the devil's debts are paid. A dust storm soul stirs the sands of sin, where the sun burns scorn as the tales begin. Train whistles cry like a siren's eerie wail, guiding lost souls on this damned and dusty trail. In the devil's silent grave, where the shadows go to weep, lies a tale of a man with promises the devil didn't keep. Burning churches lit the night with flames that kiss the sky, echoes of the fallen ones who never meant it to die. He rode from the east with revenge in his eyes, past the forgotten graves where the lone coyote cries. Love lost to a bullet by a traitor's cold hand. In the depths of the silent desert, he made his final stand. The town was empty, a ghost of the past, a testament to memories that weren't meant to last. Her locket in his pocket and her vision in his gaze. He drank from a bottle marked with yesterdays. In the devil's silent grave, where the lost spirits roam, stands a man seeking vengeance in the place he once called home. The night air carries sorrow of love and bullets spent, as he searches for the traitor on a path of lament. At the crossroads, he faced the fiend,
dust where truth and lies intervene. Your soul or your enemy, the devil's voice did croon underneath the haunting glow of the bloodshot moon. In the devil's silent grave, the gunslinger found his peace, with a bullet for his betrayer and a heart that's now ceased. The desert holds their secrets and the tales of the night, in the land where justice sleeps with the wrong set right. Out where the wind moans its final plea, the devil's silent grave keeps its company.
Out in the ghost town where the shadows creep, dust devils dance where the secrets keep. Old whiskey bottles clink in mournful song. Railroad tracks stretch cold and long. A lone church burns in the twilight's glow. Flames whisper tales of a heart's woe. Gone with the wind, gone with the night, gone with the love that once held tight. Under the pale moon's judging eye, gone with the lost love, never to retry. We swore our oaths by the forgotten graves, beneath the crosses among the staves. Her laughter echoed a haunting tune under the cursed sun and the darkened moon. But betrayal's knife was sharp and sleek, left my soul hollow and my heart weak. Gone with the wind, gone with the night, gone with the love that once burned bright. Under the stars, cold silent jest, gone with the heart torn from my chest. On silent deserts, the truth I faced, every memory I can't erase. Her ghost in the winds, an endless call through the dust storms that rise and fall. Revenge, a fire that in me resides, right in the dark where vengeance hides. Gone with the pain, gone with the spite, gone with the love into the night. Accept the silence, the soul's deep cut. Gone with the lost love, the door now shut. In the end, it's just me and the dust. Gone with the lost love, in whom I trust.
There's a road that cuts through the heart of the desert, lined with the bones of the stories untold. Whiskey bottles and dust, storm devils, echoes of train whistles, haunting and cold. A church on the hillside is burning in silence, ghost town secrets where the cursed lands unfold. Lonely road and smoke, where my demons provoke. The shadows cast long by the sins I revoke. This outlaw's heart beating under the moon's crow on that lonely road, wrapped in whispers and smoke. Was a lover who lied beneath the dead oak. Her promises as empty as a forgotten grave. In her eyes a tempest, in her words the choke of a tale so twisted it's told by the brave. Left me for dead in a land that God never spoke. Now her ghost in the mirror of the choices I gave. Lonely road and smoke, where my past comes to poke. Beneath stars that watch like they know of my yoke. This cursed path I tread, where my name is a joke, on that lonely road, lost in ashes and smoke. Silence I realize this vengeance I nurse is a path laid out by the turn of her curse. My heart's branded deep with the black of her hearse, but tonight at the crossroads I'll settle this verse. Lonely road and smoke, let the spirits evoke the end of my journey in fire and oak. This outlaw's tale, where the heart finally broke on that lonely road. I embrace the smoke. Cry their mournful tune, lies the ghost of a town neath a cursed moon. Whiskey bottles litter a forgotten street, echoes of footsteps, a heart skips a beat. Dust storms whisper secrets in shades of gray, a lone train whistle moans far, far away. In that silence hangs a tale so bleak of a love lost in vengeance that the shadows speak. Oh, buried in the hollow sky, where dreams go to wither and die. Underneath the starless cloak lies a truth that the darkness spoke. Sunset in his eyes, haunted by the love that he'd come to despise. In her eyes a tempest, a storm unfurled, a betrayal hidden that shattered their world. A church once holy, now consumed by flame. He cursed her memory, whispered her name. He sought the path to right, a way to end this eternal night. Oh, buried in the hollow sky, where hopes are sounds through the timbers, an old ghost town's lullaby. Whiskey bottles clink in rhythm under a forsaken sky. Dust devils dance on broken streets where lovers used to tread. Each footprint's a story buried in a town too dead to wed. I'm dancing with Ghost Town, shadows in my spin, twirling with memories of sins draped in sin. The moon hangs like a jury in the courtroom of the night as I dance with Ghost Town under fading lantern light. The train whistle weeps at midnight across the barren moors. Echoes stir the spirits behind the saloon's swinging doors. I came here seeking solace in the arms of a spectral bride. Her betrayal burns like a church on fire, with the devil trapped inside. Dancing with Ghost Town, a waltz in the dust, a lover's quarrel settled with each gust. Stars witness in silence in the courtroom of the night as I dance with Ghost Town, where wrong dons the masquerade. In the heart of the desert, under the storm-closed nest, I face the man who wronged me with a bullet in my chest. Forgotten graves bear witness as the sand whispers confess. In the heat of confrontation, truth bears its final test. Still dancing with Ghost Town, vengeance in my veins, each step a story of love, loss, and pain. Judgment comes like daylight in the courtroom of the night as I dance with Ghost Town till my soul takes flight. The Ghost Town waltz in the shade of the old gallows tree. A dusty ghost town, whispers keep, bottles clink in the haunting breeze. Echoes of a waltz in the tumbleweed. The shadows stretch from the porches worn. Train whistles cry through the coming storm. Silent church with a burned black spire. A tale of love meets a deadly fire. Dance, dance the Ghost Town waltz under moonlight's cold and silvery gloss. Grief in every step, dust in every twirl, with the ghost of yesterday and a lost girl. Once a heart filled with gold and dreams turned bitter streams on cursed ghost town wall steps echo in the halls of loss. Forgiveness a ghost too late to revive where love and death no more derive. Dance, dance till the spirits depart in the ghostly beat of a broken heart. Last call for the souls who roam in the cursed walls of their forsaken home.
Out in the vast and whispering Badlands, under a blood-red sky, once stood a town with hope like a heartbeat. For the truths turned to lies. Whiskey bottles lay empty on doorsteps, each one a story untold of dreams gone dry under dust storms cover, and secrets dark and cold. Buried deep in the shadows where the lost souls weep, the winds sing of sorrow where the secrets keep. Beneath the moon's pale watch, old ghosts they roam. In the silence of the desert, I made my cursed home. I loved a girl with eyes like wildfire, heart wild as the shifting sand. She vanished like smoke from a burned out church, slipped right through my hands. In the night I hear the train's lonely whistle, mocking me with its cry, as it rolls past forgotten graves under that endless starlit sky. Buried deep in the shadows where the old loves die, the wind speaking riddles beneath a vast dark sky. With each whisper and echo, my restless heart roams. In the silence of the desert, I find my ghostly home. On a night when the storm tears the silence and the past refuses to sleep, I face the curse of this barren land where the wounds cut too deep. There at last stood the truth by the cold light of the dawn. She was a mirage of the desert, a memory forever gone. Now I'm just a shadow where no light seeps, with the dust as my blanket and the earth so steep. Let my sins be buried in this silent, forsaken lone. In the heart of the desert, I accept this ghostly home. Forever buried in the shadows, under sky so wide and dawn. In the town where the sun forgot to rise, crooked crosses cast shadows under blood-red skies. Dust rose like ghosts along the withered streets, while an old church bell tolled missing beats. Dance, dance the outlaw heart waltz under stars that witness without fall. Spin your partner of skeletal remains
to the tune of the whistle from a distant train. Whiskey bottles lay empty, telling tales of despair. The echoes of footsteps, she's no longer there. From a love turned sour to a life undone, in the silence of a bullet from a forsaken gun. Dance, dance the outlaw heart walks through the ghost towns and the desert holes. Grip the devil as you sway and spin past burning churches and forgotten sin. Shake, a storm of revenge about his soul at stake. The train cried a warning like an old friend's voice. Time to face the past, too late for a choice. Dance, dance the outlaw heart walks, with shadows cast by the setting sun's doors. Turn with the wind in a curse to land's embrace. Accept the end in this forsaken place. Each chord strummed a whisper on the wind, each step taken a memory of sin. Dance, dance the outlaw heart walks till the desert claims you and your faults.
Riding through the silent grave, in the heart of a dust-swallowed ghost town, where the wind whispers low through the graves, rode a man with a scar across his shadow, through the cursed lands where the night never wanes, beneath skies inked with tales of betrayal. He passed churches ablaze in the gloom, his path lit by the light of a flickering memory, dancing alone in the ruins' perfume. Riding through the silent grave, whiskey on his breath, heart enslaved to a love lost and a vow that still whispers in the hollows, where the fearless are braver. He'd once loved a girl like a wildfire, burning bright in a world full of strife. But her heart was a pawn in a gambler's cold hands, drawn to the edge of his knife. In the silence of a forsaken station, he recalls how her laughter turned cold as a train whistled long through the desert's dark heart, carrying away the gold. Riding through the silent grave, past forgotten graves where lies are paved, ghostly echoes of old train whistles mixed with his fury, sharp as thistles. At the edge where the earth meets the darkness, He stands still where they once vowed to wed. A specter in lace haunts a chapel nearby, whispers of revenge from the dead. He lifts his eyes to the horizon, where the dawn breaks harsh and it's clear. The only way out from the pain and the rage is to face down his demons draw near. Riding through the silent grave, with a spirit cleansed and a soul brave. In the dust storms that cleanse bitter past, he finds peace amidst the outcast.
Out where the wind cries through ghost town spires, I walk the dusty trail of old desires. Whiskey bottle swinging in my weathered hand, past a burned out church and forsaken land. Buried in the ashes, under starless skies, love's a fleeting shadow that the daylight denies. Voices of the damned echo through the night. In this haunted desert, nothing's left but the fight. By betrayal's flame, once we plotted beneath the silver moon. Now she's just a whisper in the dusty saloon. Buried in the ashes, where our dreams once lay. Ghost trains whistle past, carrying my resolve away. Her laughter's just a specter in the midnight air. In the heart of the desert, found my despair. Beside forgotten graves, I drew my rusted gun, faced the dusty mirror. I ain't the only one. Revenge or redemption, the lines blur the same. In the cursed lands, we play a deadly game. Buried in the ashes, I accept this cursed fate. The desert knows my secrets, all my love and hate. On this silent battleground, I lay my past to rest. In the ashes of the outlaw, find my peace at last. Under a blood-red sky, in the shadow of the mesa's side, the old church bells rang somber and dry. Whiskey bottle in my shaking grip,
Footsteps echo as I let it slip, the ghost town whispers of a love that died underneath the steeple where we once confided. Dancing with church fire under moonlit wire, flames licking higher, fueled by old desire, raging as the past burns away so dire. In the ashes I find my lost empire. She was an angel, turned to dust by sin, betrayed by the heart she harbored within. A preacher man came with a devil's deal. In the silent desert, no one to hear her appeal. Now the winds carry the scent of sage and ire, echoing train whistles fueling this funeral pyre. Dancing with church fire, spirits conspire, each flame a whisper of vengeance required. The past is a shadow, long and tired, but tonight it's a church fire I've sired. In that blaze, I saw her face, haunting the flames, a ghostly grace. I reached for her through fire's embrace, but only the heat returned my gaze. Dancing with church fire, this cursed choir, singing redemption, my soul's briar. Let the church burn, let it expire in the flames. I cast my last desire, dancing with church fire till I retire. On cursed lands I build my pyre.
On a horse, a shadow under midnight side, crossing deserts where the old towns lie. Whiskey bottle empty, heart full of fire, riding through the hollow sky. The wind whispers secrets of a cursed land, through the ruins where the church once grand, burned to ashes in the devil's hand, with my love's name in the sand. Oh, the hollow sky where the lost souls cry, echoes of the deeds under watchful eyes. I ride for vengeance under starlit skies, haunted by the love I can't reprise. Once had a sweetheart, pure and true, her laughter a melody now overdue. Betrayed by a brother I thought I knew, left her in the ground, the morning dew. Train whistles moan like a ghost in pain, through silent deserts and forgotten plains. A badge of honor, now a stain on a heart that's bound in a bitter chain. Oh, the hollow sky where the lost souls cry, through dust storms swirling where dreams go to die, riding for redemption where the old bones lie.
hollow sky, now I ride alone, past the burning churches to the sins I atone. The echoes fade into the stones, a gunslinger's path eternally sown. Oh, the hollow sky witnesses my tone, silent in the desert where my grief has grown.